Hey folks, welcome back to another top-down analysis by T2SMC Trader. So over here, weekly analysis is important because if you don't know what is happening to your higher time frame, then it's gonna be very difficult to trade to your very lower time frame. That's why every weekend you have to do the weekly analysis, but that doesn't mean you have to be right. Sometimes you can be wrong. It's okay. By the way, before doing this weekly analysis, first job is to open your calendar. It can be any kind of calendar. I have just opened the Forex Factory, and you can see from Forex Factory we have some kind of red folder news in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So in my opinion, the best trade opportunity is going to create from Wednesday PM session. So until Wednesday AM session, it's not going to be high probable area to trade, but we will see what is happening over there. So if you have the red folder news, you have to wait until the news release. Then after releasing the news, that's gonna be your high probability to trade around that area. Okay. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Just remember, Monday and Tuesday is not going to be high probable area to trade. Now I'm coming here to this dollar index first, then I will go to Nasdaq. I am not going to do the gold analysis. The reason is I am unable to actually follow up the gold. That's why I don't want to do that analysis, because sometimes I am wrong about my weekly analysis or weekly bias. That is gonna make you think that okay, this thing is not actually working. I don't want to do that. So I am just avoiding this gold. Instead, I'm just doing the Nasdaq. Okay? So from Nasdaq, all you can see is still we have a lot of buy side liquidity around that area. In my opinion, I don't have any sell side liquidity. But over here, this is the low. I mean, this is the run which has taken this liquidity. See, this liquidity has taken by that specific run. That was the last fair value gap. Price came here, trade that last fair value gap, went higher. The lowest down close body close candle is going to be your order block. Now, market never trade that order block, then actually market went higher, so it was the unfinished business. At the same time, you have this last parameter, but here my main intention is that order block. So I was thinking that market will go higher without uh, trading this parameter, but as market is falling, now my first intention is market going to trade that order block level? If it can trade that order block level and then give me a very nice speed move toward the buy side liquidity, that is going to be something I really would love to see. But if it went through this last parallel gap and also this order block, then the next target is going to be the 50% of that specific week. Okay, so you see this week from open to low, the 50%, that is going to be my last target, and then we will see where it is going. So far I'm actually bearish until this order block level, but it doesn't need to fall over there as well. It can simply it can reverse to trade this bearish parabolic gap before trading this order block, though I don't want to see that. So let's see if it can trade until this order block by this week or not. So I'm just bearish from here to here until that area. Let's go to daily chart. So if you come to your daily chart, all you can see that there was the daily fair value gap. So over here, that was the daily fair value gap. This is the highest up close body close candle. Okay, so if you see this highest up close body close candle and opening of that highest up close body close candle, turn it to your right, you will see that market has traded the highest up close body close candle, which you see as a order block. But over here, I'm not seeing this one as my order block. So my order block is this consecutive 3 bull candle. Okay, why it is order block? For that you have to watch this specific video. If you just mark the high and the low, the 50%, this is the mean threshold of that specific consecutive order block. Market has traded that consecutive order block mean threshold. Nobody closed above the mean threshold. Now market is falling. Now first target this low and that low. They are my relatively equal lows. The market should took that relatively equal lows. Then here is that weekly last parabolic gap. If you remember, below this weekly last parabolic gap, this was the weekly order block and the daily last parabolic gap. So this candle high, that candle low. This is your daily last parabolic gap. So you can see the upper portion, weekly last parabolic gap and the order block are situated to the upper portion of this last parabolic gap, daily last parabolic gap. So if it can reach until that area, still I will see this is going to hold the price. I really don't want to see that body will work with the lower portion of this daily last parabolic gap. So that is the theme I am just thinking this week that market is actually reaching for those last fair value gap from weekly chart, order block from weekly chart, and the daily last fair value gap upper portion that is going to be traded by this specific week. That is my expectation right now. Obviously market can reverse and it can keep going higher. If it started to happen, that is going to be low probability or low probable trade opportunity for me. We will see what it is going to happen. Let's go to hourly chart. So over here, this is my hourly chart. All you can see is this is that specific mean threshold of that weekly order block or daily. Let me actually check one more time. Daily order block. Okay, so that was the mean threshold of that daily consecutive order block. Over here, this is the candle which has traded the fair value gap. Okay, now below this area here, there was a fair value gap around that area actually. Let me show you that just here. This is the fair value gap which has been traded by this candle. So this is your lowest down close body close candle, which is going to be your order block. The open high, this is the order block. This is the mean threshold. That means the 50% of that candle is the order block. Market came here, trade that mean threshold of that specific order block, went higher, left those relatively equal highs. See, these relatively equal highs, it left over there. At the same time, it has the sell side liquidity around that area. So if you come over here and you see from your hourly chart, this low and that low, they are relatively equal lows over there. From hourly chart, it has the sell side liquidity around that area. When market has traded this order block, the lowest down close body close candle, it's going to be my propulsion block. Now I just marked the open of that propulsion block, and I would love to see that market will tap to this propulsion block and then it will go higher until this order block before taking this sell side liquidity. That is my expectation. This specific candle has traded that fair value gap. So market has traded that fair value gap, went lower, went through all of this, took all of this liquidity. It should reverse until the order block before taking this sell side liquidity. That is going to be my thinking right now. I would love to see that market will trade that propulsion block. After trading this propulsion block, market will go for that order block, then it will fall for this sell side liquidity. At the same time, it can simply go through this all of this line and it can take that sell side liquidity, as you have seen that from weekly chart and the daily chart, that market is extremely bearish for the last fair value gap from weekly chart order block. See this line. Let me actually make it little wider. So here, this is the weekly order block and the daily fair value gap, last fair value gap, the upper portion and the lower portion. Okay, so obviously it can go through, it can simply fall until this area, though I don't want to see that. I really would love to see it will fall to this propulsion block, then it will go for that order block, then it will take this sell side liquidity. Okay, over here, this is the fair value gap that should work as a breakaway gap. That means this fair value gap I really don't want to see, it will be perfectly closed around that fair value gap. That is my expectation. If it doesn't happen and if market keep falling right this way, this is also possible. Everything can be changed by the Sunday open, but you have to be very careful about that. Now I hope that you have an overall idea. From weekly chart, market is reaching for those lines for order block for this last fair value gap, but from hourly chart, my expectation is market is not simply keep going, keep falling. Instead, it will give me a retracement first. This retracement can be happen until this order block or this inversion fair value gap from hourly chart. Okay, so this candle has made this inversion fair value gap valid, so it can trade until this inversion fair value gap before falling, and that is the thing I would love to see, because that will give me more confidence to trade. So I really would love to see market will go higher by Monday and Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday market will go for this sell side liquidity, and then maybe in Friday it will go little higher and it will it will fulfill the PO3. So this is my expectation from dollar index by this specific week. Now I'd love to go to Nasdaq because that is our main theme. Okay. Over here you can see this is the weekly fair value gap, last fair value gap, This is the weekly inversion fair value gap. Now this is the all-time high. I really would love to see that market will fall again for this sell side liquidity. I really don't want to see market will go higher and it will take that high. I don't want to see that. Obviously, I can be wrong. Market can keep going higher and it will take that buy side liquidity. But I don't want to see that. I really would love to see this will work as a breakaway gap. That means market is not going to trade that fair value gap. Even if trade the lower portion, I'm okay with that. But it should not reach until the 50% of that weekly last fair value gap. Here, this is the weekly inversion fair value gap. So far, it has traded until this constant reinforcement. See, it has traded over there. Yeah, it can close. I mean, this week, first market can go higher, trade the high or the low, then it should close below the constant reinforcement of that specific weekly inversion fair value gap. So that is my expectation. At first, I would love to see some kind of higher run, then or maybe lower run, whatever it is. But I don't want to see it will keep going higher for this buy side liquidity. So I'm also bearish for Nasdaq. You can say, brother, you are expecting the lower run or what to say, I mean the dollar index, and you are also looking for the same lower run for the Nasdaq. Yeah, I'm seeing like that. Okay, I'm just not interested to see that market will keep going higher and take that buy side liquidity. As I told, I will be here every day to follow up the price action, inshallah. So I will talk about this later. I can be wrong of my weekly bias, and as I am telling that, obviously first market can open, then it can go little higher, then it can keep falling. So when it will keep go, I mean it will go a little higher. Maybe that is going to be either fake breakout or the Judah swing, something like that. Then market will fall. Or if I see that after opening market went little lower and went through this constant reinforcement of that weekly inversion fair value gap, obviously this week market can reach until the low of this weekly fair value gap. So from here to the low of this weekly last fair value gap, I can be bearish. Remember, I can be bearish until this last fair value gap. I don't want to see market will go through this last fair value gap. If it went through this last fair value gap, the all-time high, and then the moon or the sky is going to be your limit. Okay, so I really don't want to see. If it is bullish this week, then the bullishness will stay until this weekly last fair value gap low. That is the maximum line. Okay, so it can what else it can happen? It can simply ignore this weekly inversion fair value gap. It can fall little bit, then it can go higher and trade the low of this weekly last fair value gap. It is also possible. Let's go to the daily chart. So from daily chart, all you can see is here this high and that high. They are now relatively equal highs. What else do you see? A very strong resistance zone. I would love to see that market will leave that resistance zone like that way, and it will fall little bit. When it will start to fall, people will start to take sell. This is how market actually built the liquidity. Okay, so it needs to fall little bit. How far it can fall? Look at this inversion fair value gap from daily chart. So from that weekly inversion fair value gap constant reinforcement, market should go for the daily inversion fair value gap. I mean until this area. Also you have this fair value gap. So let me mark that fair value gap as well, because later it will be useful for us. So here this is your daily fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. Obviously what it can do before taking this high, a specific high, market can come back again until that area, then it can go until the low of that last fair value gap from weekly chart. Remember the weekly last fair value gap. Also you have this daily last fair value gap. I just didn't mark it because I have the weekly last fair value gap, but if you mark the daily last fair value gap around that area, you will see that very funny thing. Okay, so this is overlapped, so it can trade until, I mean it should not trade that overlapped area. If it trade that overlapped area, that is high probability that market will go through everything and it will take this all-time high. So I really don't want to mark that on. I would love to keep this weekly last fair value gap, and I don't want to see market will trade above the low of this last fair value gap. If it can close this last fair value gap, yeah, then I'm extremely bullish until the all-time high. Now as I'm looking for bearishness in dollar index, but from hourly chart, the way I explained that it will tap to this propulsion block, then it will go to the order block, then it can go for that sell side liquidity. Remember, so what is my expectation from dollar index? It will go little lower to trade that propulsion block, it will go higher to trade that order block, then it will fall for the sell side liquidity. Remember, this is the theme I'm expecting exactly from dollar index. What I'm expecting over here, I am expecting the opposite trend. Look, just let me put it over there so that it will be easier to understand. Look, it will go higher, then it will fall, and this guy will go lower first, then it will go higher. So just opposite thing I'm expecting from dollar index and here. Now, if it, as I told from weekly chart that I'm bearish for Nasdaq. What do I mean by that? I mean that this weekly last parallel gap should be open. So if this week market start to consolidate little, it's not like this type of, see all of these days how strong or highly volatile this type of days. I don't want to see this type of week this here. I would love to see some kind of this type of week. Okay, so little run, then one candle, another candle come back. Not this type of extremely bullish things. So it should go a little lower. Obviously, it can trade that parallel gap as well, but I'm just not interested about that parallel gap. Instead, I'm interested about this one. So I really would love to see it will fall first, then it will go for maybe this buy side liquidity, which market is going to leave, or if it is overzealous, it can reach until the weekly last parallel gap. From a longer term, I'm really I'm extremely bearish. Okay? So I'm extremely bearish for a longer term, not a short term. Short term, anything can happen. So this is actually my expectation from longer term here. I can be wrong, but we will see. Okay. So that is from the week. I mean daily chart. Let's go to hourly chart. So from hourly chart, all you can see that you have this buy side liquidity from hourly chart. So this high and that high, they are relatively equal highs. Also this buy side liquidity from your daily chart. So that is also the buy side liquidity from the daily chart. All you can see is market trade that last parabolic from hourly chart here. This is the last parabolic from hourly chart. So market has traded that last parabolic. Now it tapped to this specific bullish parabolic. I would love to see that market will go through this inversion parabolic. It will tap to this inversion parabolic, then it will fall until where it can go for this sell side liquidity, and below this sell side liquidity you have this bullish parabolic. Remember the bullish inversion parabolic from daily chart? Let me show that here. This is that bullish daily parabolic inversion parabolic. But if it is not that much overzealous, then you can mark this one as well. And if you see from hourly chart, this is that specific bullish parabolic. What it can do, it can simply go through this inversion parabolic gap, trade that inversion parabolic gap, trade until this bullish parabolic gap, then it can go for that buy side liquidity, and maybe if it is overzealous, then it can reach until the low of that weekly last parabolic gap. I know guys, it is little confusing, but if you watch this video maybe 2 times, it will be clear to you. So something you have to expect from your weekly chart. From weekly chart, what you are expecting from weekly chart. So from weekly chart, I'm expecting if market would love to go higher, this low is the highest. I mean that is the last line to reach. If market would love to go higher, but I really would love to see market will keep falling. That is my expectation. But I'm just explaining the price action over here. If it would love to go higher, how can it go over there? Obviously, it can keep going higher and take all of this buy side liquidity. Then it can fall. Obviously, it can do that. But I'm just explaining the probability over here, the way I'm expecting from a lower time frame. So over here, as you can see that market has traded the last parabolic gap, left that buy side liquidity and that buy side liquidity, so that the retail trader will start to think that this is a very strong resistance zone. Then when the bear candle will start to fall, they will start to predict market is going to take that low or this until this support zone. What market will do? Market will reach until this type of last parabolic from hourly chart, or maybe until this entry parabolic from hourly chart. Then it will take this buy side liquidity. If it has taken that buy side liquidity, that is also can possible. That means before even falling, market actually take that buy side liquidity. Then it has fallen over here. Then it will go higher again, which is low probability in my opinion, and I really don't want to see that. Or what else can happen? It can keep going higher and trade until that area. This is also possible. But what is the best probability? What is the best thing I want to see? I want to see this should happen by this week. Okay, so I would love to see this type of things. Let's go to 15-minute chart and let me actually remove this one. So from 15-minute chart, all you can see is market has traded that hourly parabolic gap, and if you don't forget, this is the inversion parabolic gap. So this candle high, that candle low, that was the inversion fair value gap. Price has traded that inversion fair value gap. After trading this inversion fair value gap, this is the highest up close body close candle, which is my order block. So market has traded that order block here, here, then it is falling. I really would love to see that market will keep falling. Before falling, it can go little higher. Just before falling, it can go little higher. So when it will go little higher, maybe until the mean threshold of that specific order block, then it will fall, trade that inversion fair value gap. It will keep falling until this low, and it will trade this daily fair value gap. If it happens, then you remember the propulsion block in dollar index. Their market was little above the propulsion block. So market will fall for that propulsion block first, then it will go for the hourly order block, then it will go for the hourly sales and liquidity. So this small run toward the propulsion block will go here until the mean threshold of that specific order block. So this is that run. Then market will, after trading this propulsion block, it will go for that that order block. In that type of situation, when market will keep going for that order block, it will keep going lower to trade that bullish fair value gap from daily chart. Okay, so that bullish fair value gap from daily chart, or maybe the last fair value gap, edge fair value gap, only anything from the 15-minute chart. After trading that order block from hourly chart, market will go for that hourly sales and liquidity, and this guy will start to go again for this buy side liquidity. Okay, so that is my expectation. You can think that, oh, what you are talking about, it's not going to happen by 1 week. Obviously it can happen by 1 week. As you can see, the last week, actually that was the price action for the last week. So let me actually show you the last week price action from where to where it has traveled. Okay, so this was the Sunday here. So it has traveled from there to there. See, here to here. That was last week. Now just think what I'm expecting. I'm expecting just this run. Comparing with last week. So here, let me actually mark from there to there. Comparing with this run, what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this thing. Is it a big thing I'm expecting comparing that run? I don't think so. So guys, that was all for today. I hope that you will get some kind of clarification, or an idea what I'm going to think by this specific week. But again, I can be wrong. I don't need to be right, absolutely right by the weekly analysis. But if I'm right, that's going to be a very nice price action reading. So whole week I will try to be with you guys. So every single day I try to come around 9 a.m. New York local time. Don't forget to join me over there. Okay. So until the next video, cheers.